Hey guys, welcome to the DM and Friends. I am DM Angelo, and today I'm going to talk about some of the biggest lies that I think modern DMs are told. For a guy that started in '81, it kind of blows my mind. By the way, you guys, this is a collaborative series with Eric Tenkar and Greyhawk Rognard. Every Friday we do a video, and they're released on the same day, and then we talk about it on Sunday. So look in the comments, not the comments, but the description of the video. You guys will see their links. Go check out their videos, because I'm sure they're going to have different opinions, or maybe we're all the same. I don't know. So some of the biggest lies that I've seen out there, and I look on a lot of forums and see a lot of questions, and it blows my mind about some of these. So number one, balance and counterbalance. I don't understand that. So for me, starting in '81, we knew that, and I'll just talk about it as being a player. We knew that every single fight we could die. There was the threat of death was always there, 100%. And so a lot of times we made a decision whether it was a good idea to fight or not. And that comes in where, and the fact that XP for gold for XP is kind of done away with in certain systems. It made it a big decision whether or not we fought this creature, because do they have any goal? Is there any value for it? The fact that we could possibly die and they don't have any treasure. Why are we fighting this? It's not a kick in the door, kill the monster, and kind of a munchkin thing where we're going through just killing everything. So, and we knew that because the encounters were not balanced. There was, you could have a couple orcs in the next room, and then you have, and we're all first level, and then the next room's got ogres, which would kill a first level party. So we really, really thought about that. And as a DM, today even, I don't balance my encounters at all. I don't do this is a level 1, a level 2, level 3. No, it could be anything. Ask my players. So I expect them to A, parlay, B, well, not in this exact order, have caution of some sort, think about a plan, running is always an option, always, 100%. So that is one of the biggest lies, I think. And I don't know if it's a design thing, but I hate, that's a strong word. I dislike very much so the word balance in D&D. I don't understand it. The other thing that I hear a lot too is that every encounter should be winnable, and it kind of goes to the first point. I disagree with that at all, 100%. Again, ask my players. There's recently I had 4 characters out of 7 die from a bad decision. It was realistic. Okay, I take it back. It was a winnable situation, but they didn't have the means of winning in the method that they went. They basically split the party, and one half of the party had a piece that they needed. The other party had the other piece. They could have won that situation, but yeah. So I guess that's maybe contrary to what I was saying, but I don't at all believe that every single there should be those unwinnable situations, and that's the perfect opportunity for you to run as a party. Anyways, so that's number 1, and number 2. Number 3, and this is a very interesting thing, and this kind of goes back to number 3 is each character needs some type of spotlight. Inequality. God, I don't believe that at all. Think of the AD&D party that goes in, right? The fighter's in the front. The fighter's got 10 hit points. You got the magic user in the back. The magic user's got 1 spell. The magic user's got 4 hit points. He throws his spell. He served his purpose. He did his role. The fighter's now doing his role. And Gary even says it on, and I'm not going to pull the DMG out, even though I have it right here. He even says it very much so and I wrote this comment down too. I won't read it out of the DMG, but he says magic users are very weak in combat, right? And are possibly the most fearsome of all characters, if they survive. And at high levels, they are one of the most, I don't remember exactly how I said it, but they're the most devastating and powerful character class out there as they get higher levels. Well, that's a chapter thing. Chapter 1 of the magic user is weak. And then chapter 3 is freaking, they're monsters and they're changing the world. A fighter is, very powerful at first. And then, magic flip-flops. So, what I'm trying to say here is, I think in modern DMs think that, everybody should have a bunch of powers and be able to heal themselves and all that. No, everybody in old school, in the OSR, we had roles. We had very specific roles. The thief was crappy at fighting, but he was good at finding in traps and stuff like that. You had the fighter who was a great, protector and up front, and then you had the ranger that was good at tracking and fighting, and you have the magic user that's good at throwing his magic missile and doing this thing, the cleric, but not everybody had a. Let me back up. Everybody's not a natural born hero. Everybody had a role, and I think the whole player spotlight equality thing, it just drives me absolutely batty. Anyways. So the other thing that I think I want to talk about, and this is lie number 4 that I hear, is every game or session needs combat. I have ran in my campaigns. I have ran several sessions with 0 combat, 100% role playing or exploration of some sort, and some of those games are the best games ever. I've heard a lot from DMs, we had an okay game, there was 1 combat, and that was really it, So I think that's a myth, and I think that's a lie to DMs. If you really have your players leaning into what's going on, combat is not all that, is not the only element of role-playing. It's role-playing for a reason, right? Not ROLL, it's ROLE. Anyways, so the other thing I want to say, this is lie number 5, and there's 5 of them, and I'll stop at 5 because there's a couple more, but maybe we'll talk on the Sunday thing. But every single story needs an ending, okay? Now, when I say that, this really is heavy on the DM, right? Some games, they end in a TPK, and then you just re-roll characters and you start over. Some games just stop where they're at. There's no winner. There's no objective. That's the design intent from the DMG. I don't think that, and this is just my opinion on here, that there is a total need to create as a DM this master, ending, this impactful storyline. If you have a good starting point and a good dungeon, and you allow your players to tell the story with you, you're going to have a great game. If you start scripting out in acts, the whole, and I see this a lot too, this whole act 1, act 2, act 3, and then, some kind of novel writing finale that's, this epics and, that's a resentment waiting to happen because your players are not going to go that route unless you're railroading them. So those are my those are my 5 lies that I think that new DMs are told. You know, another one I could throw in there too is that, you know, you need to know, especially in the world of Greyhawk, and we just talked about this, you know, a little bit ago, that you need to know every single thing about it. Well, no, you really don't. You might need to know about your location. You don't need to know what color the tiles are on the floor and exactly the exact rock placement of every single pebble in the village. You just need to know a couple things and give a reason for the PCs to be there, and throw a couple rumors out and have them go explore, have the story start. I think a lot of DMs get overwhelmed with, especially in the world of Greyhawk. Oh my God, I need to know the lore of all the gods. I need to know what every single state in a kingdom is doing at this moment in time. No, you don't. So I think that is an absolute lie too. So I guess I have 6 lies. So anyways, well, you guys, like I said, this is a collab with Eric Tenkar and Greyhawk Grognard. We'll be talking about this very subject on Sunday, and look forward to hearing your guys' feedback on it. Yeah, put in the comments, you guys. Let me know what you think are some lies that new DMs are being told. Love to hear it. All right, you guys, take care. Be good to each other. And keep rolling those dice. Game on, guys. Bye-bye.